And we're back. So I want to go in there now, and I can. Can I use the back door? This is going to be sad and exciting at the same time. I'm sure all the bodies have been removed. My God, this is amazing. I wonder what it must have looked like before the fire. You can see it in the first episodes. Everything collapsed in the fire. I'll have to be careful climbing over this rubble to get past. Oh shit. Don't. It's fine. It's all good. Oh, whoops. No, I can't get back up there. If I climb, it might collapse further. Yeah, well, you can always shout for help if you can't get out. I'll have to find another way. It goes to the tower. I don't think there's really a way through from there. There was never really anything up the tower except the bells, I don't think. I might have missed something up there, but... There's nothing left of the old staircase. I guess I can't go this way. Unless... These vines go all the way to the top, though. They look sturdy enough to hold my weight. There's no other way out. I mean, you can just pull on them for a while and then keep climbing up slowly. I used to climb everywhere as a kid. I can see all of Tassing from here. I wonder if I can piece together the foundations of the Abbey and find a way to get to the library. I bet I could get down this way. The roof looks pretty stable. It's also that I'm climbing around here makes me think that, you know, other people can do it as well. Oh God. I remember when the library burned down. Dad told me I was just a baby, but I remember the flames coming out of the windows. So many people were screaming and running around. I cried myself to sleep that night. I haven't seen this place since then. It doesn't look like there's anything left inside. I suppose it was too much to hope for. Well, Magdalene, how are you going to get out of here? I think there might be some things elsewhere here. These roses seem to have made the abbey their home. I'm glad something beautiful is still growing here. That's the grave we never saw into. Huh. Hope it's not aggressive. I wonder if there were always this many cats at the abbey. It must be a place for mice and stuff. Although there isn't any more like food supplies or grain supplies here, but it is safe because there's no people around. Perhaps I can ask Wushlaw what he remembers during his time here. This place is a mess. How sad. There are some flowers around still. Nature taking over. The door's stuck. Can't get through this way. No, this wasn't here before. Nor was that. An old mural. It's worn, but I can still see some of the figures. A Dance of Death. Yeah, can you please translate the text for me now? What? These figures look new. The paint can't be more than a few years old. So I'm trying to sort of get an idea of it. It's not really ringing any bells except for, of course, this last one. Who's the crying person after Andreas? Someone's been adding to this. This feels wrong. Who would add new figures to the Dance of Death and why? These people, these look like people from the town, from here, people who died. That must be the Baron, and that's Otto. Wait, is that... Oh shit, hide. Damn it. Hello? Someone's living here. Should have rather hidden than shouted. Although it might have been too late anyway. Why aren't these ringing a bell more? They're like all the deaths, I guess, but... This person looked big. The door. Whoever was watching me must have opened it. I don't like this. I think I've seen everything left of the Abbey. I want to get out of here. No, I don't... Come on, be curious. When did it start snowing? should get back to the rot house and get to work. That was a little weird. But it's not like it's really hard to get in through the side door there, so it could have been anybody, maybe. Did you see someone? Okay, so we'll see. Do I have any quest markers? I gotta go to the rot house and make a decision. God damn. I thought we had more than just two pieces or two walls to decorate, two pieces of the wall to decorate, because I really wanted to get more on it, but I don't know. But yeah, it's not ringing any bells. Like, why are there paintings on the mural now? Who's been painting them? Where did they get the paints from? They're pretty high up too. Someone painted them quite soon after. Well, she said a few years old, and she'd know because she's an artist. Few years. Could be someone young, but could not be someone like super old, I guess. And I need to make a decision. The human sacrifice thing isn't working out with my... Because now it's just going to be really polarizing with human sacrifice and then saints, and it doesn't really make any sense. But we'll see what the options are exactly. Because I might get this one done now, and then this is the last spot. Hopefully. Good evening, Magdalene. Good evening, Dr. Stoltz. I see you're progressing on the town mural. You've made rapid progress. I'm faring better than my father. Are your remedies even doing anything? Oh my god, that's such a douchey thing. Well, I've rigged the scaffolding sheet so that enough air can flow through. That way the layers dry quickly. It's taken longer than I wanted to. I'm trying to finish it in time for Dad, you know, but I'll try to make myself seem smart without being douchey. I see, and it's quite clever. Now then, the council has asked to hear about your progress. I've been researching the early Christian history of Tassing after the Romans left. Learning how people settled in the ruins, how the abbey was founded, why our saints are so important to us. It was a lot to take in, but I've settled on my subject. And what have you chosen, if I may ask? I'll paint St. Moritz, St. Sasha, and Our Lady of the Labyrinth receiving the Christian settlers. I want to show history how it happened. I'll paint Lady Kershaw founding the abbey from the old Bergfried. I'll paint the Bavarian settling among the Roman ruins starting the Christian history of Tassing. It's one of those things where, because I thought there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces or sets, so you could put a lot more into it. Because if I just put this one in, it's not really... It's about the abbey, which is burnt down, and you know, half of it is still there, but it's not really the main focus of the town. This one, if it would be a centerpiece, it would be really nice as like the ending. I don't know if this is the last thing I can do. And then I'll paint the Bavarian settling among the Roman ruins, starting the Christian history of Tassing. It's sort of, this is something that I think would be good if I get a third one, you know. But if I only get 2, it's human sacrifice and then Christianity. There's nothing really exciting about this, sort of. If I'd want to be really provocative in a sense, I would put this, so it'd be human sacrifice and then stuff, and it would just be crazy, like an insane mural in a sense. Nobody cares about this kind of history. It's not the history of the people who live here in a sense. But I'll put this one in, and I hope that I'll get a third one. You may find that ignoring the saints in favor of such a mundane portrayal of events is unwelcome. Yeah, I know. But, you know, I gotta roll with it. Even so, I suppose it is an important step in the history of Tassing. Remember, the mural isn't for your benefit, but to make Tassing look good. I know, man. Nod. Good. After this section, there's still so much work to do. Right, so maybe there's something else I can put on it. I haven't even figured out how I'm going to portray the revolt. Yes. I imagine it poses difficulties that the other murals do not. It's a strange thing to tell a story that still lives in the hearts of so many people here. I don't think anyone wants to talk about it. They've all just locked it away. Well, it sounds like you got your work cut out for you. I'll leave you to it then. Oh, Dr. Stoltz. Yes? Have you ever seen someone lurking around the Abbey? Or heard about it? I haven't been up to the Abbey in years, and no, I haven't heard of anything like that. Why? I've seen someone following me a few times. I'm sorry to hear that. Didn't you run into that odious woodsman, Haller Brandt, not long ago? Yes, but I don't think it's the same person. Yeah, because he's not hiding, I guess. Well, if you have concerns, you should ask one of the boys to escort you when you're out. There's no need to risk your safety. You're right. Good night, Dr. Stoltz. And I think if she was in danger, she would have been dead. She would have died at the Abbey just a moment ago. Had her head bashed in by a rock and then left there, and it would have been an accident. Good night, Magdalene. So we know the ghost is still around, doing shit. Now I only have the final part of the mural to finish. How should I paint the revolt? Dad always talked about how the archdeacon was the only one seeking justice in those days. But what was his name? The only name I can remember is the name of the archdeacon who came to Tassing when that baron was killed. Jacob Estler. Maybe he wrote an account of the revolt as an archdeacon. I'll write to him and ask. And of course, I need to write back to Esther too. I'll write to them tonight before bed. So I can... Oh, what's this? It's a note to stop again? How did this get here? This is just like the note Dad found. Who's doing this? I have a feeling I'm going to find out sooner or later. I need to ask Dad about this. It can't be a coincidence. But he's been so weak, I don't want to upset him. I just need to wait for the right time. I hope there is a right time. I would actually go and ask him now. Because, like said, there might not be a proper time. So, I see if I can do it, but I doubt I can. Cannot, so let's write. Where to begin? I'll write to the Archdeacon Jacob Estler and see if he can tell me about the revolt. I'll write a letter to Esther too. I hope the courier can make it through the passes before winter. So I'll reply... we'll see. Jacob Estler, formerly Archdeacon of Freising. My name is Magdalene Druckerin. I am an artist in the town of Tassing in Upper Bavaria. I believe you passed through our community when you investigated Baron Rothvogel's murder at Kershaw Abbey in 1518. Do you remember anything about that case that the people in Tassing might not remember? In particular, do you remember anything about someone writing notes? Do you see any evidence that might suggest there was some more larger conspiracy? Do you have any reason to doubt the conclusion of the case? I'll ask about the notes. Well, man. Maybe they know about the notes, but they're like, I don't know about the fucking notes. I don't care. More have appeared in Tassing in subsequent years, seemingly harbingers of death. Thank you for any help you can give. Maybe that was not the right question. Magdalene Druckerin. Dearest Esther, I hope you are well. You must know how tremendously happy I am for you and Simond. And Alicia too, of course, and your parents. It warms my heart to know that your family is doing so well. By the time this letter reaches you, I expect winter will have enfolded Tassing. It's already freezing at night, so I've reorganized the workshop so that the inks don't deteriorate. Do you have to worry about that in Prague? You've said it snows, but I always imagined it was warmer in winter. Dad is doing poorly, but at least he seems comfortable. He's sleeping more, but Dr. Stoltz says that's a consequence of the colder weather. I do what I can for him, but this winter has been hard. I've asked Agnes for help, but there's only so much she and Dr. Stoltz can do. He's not going to make it, and there's nothing I can do. Christ, I'm scared, Esther. The mural is progressing well, but I can't shake the feeling that someone is following me. I keep seeing the figure around town. After I explored the mines to see Tassing's early history, and then again in the Abbey ruins. No one else in Tassing has seen anything, but some of the nuns say they see ghosts. If it's the person who attacked my dad, why are they following me? Whatever it is, I'm sure it's not anyone from Tassing. But what do they want with me? I'm pretty sure it's someone from Tassing. I'll just say this one because it makes most sense. It's the strangest thing, given me a fright a few times already. And I found a strange note left on my bed, matching the one I found by my dad after the attack. This one might be good because the parents might remember something out of it. They both only read the word stop, like a warning, but stop what? The mural? I can't stop that now. What if the person following me is the one writing them? Why? What do they want? But I don't mean to worry you, although I just did. Nothing's happened to me yet, so I think I'll be safe. The only good news I can share at the moment is that the mural is almost finished. I should have it completed by Christmas or soon after, before the new year at least. Then perhaps at long last I shall be able to visit you and meet the Simond. Anyway, I fear that this will be my last letter of the year. The Reichspost has already been late and reported worsening snow through the passes. We seem to be stepping into a harsh winter. Stay warm and give my regards to your family and Simond. Yours always, Magda. So yeah, I was thinking maybe we're not going to get a reply until the year is over, the winter is over. All right, time to go to bed. Mr. Struckeren, only one letter for you today. The pass is nigh impossible to traverse, and the heavy snow is hard on the horse and me. Anyway, happy Advent, my dear. Salvaguardia. And Reichspost. Thank you. The same to you. Which one is it? A reply from Jacob Estler. I wonder what happened to the Jewish family. You can never tell in this fucking world. Mistress Struckeren. I do recall the Rothvogel case, though it has been over a decade since I have served as an archdeacon. I am no longer associated with the office of the Prince Bishop. In fact, I am no longer associated with the Catholic Church. Oh shit. If you do not mind conversing with a Lutheran, I will tell you what I remember. The notes you mentioned do stir something in my memory. One of the men I questioned at Kersau was an artist from Nuremberg, Andreas Mahler. He mentioned finding notes written in a fine hand inciting individuals to violence against the Baron. While the scope of my investigation was too narrow to look into the matter, it did concern me. Finding more notes now after so many years must mean that their author is still active. If this is the case, a serpent has lain coiled in the bosom of your community for decades and may lay there still. That makes me think that it is like it's like Zorro, I think, who trains a new one after they're gone. What causes this serpent to awaken every few years to stage a new killing? I fear that finding the answer to that question may draw you into its reach. However, if you are determined to find the source of the trouble, I believe you must inquire with your neighbors. I urge caution in your investigation into this matter. If the serpent merely sleeps, it may be dangerous to poke into its old resting places. I hope this has been of some help to you. May God bless and keep you safe. Jacob Estler. I wonder if he's a real person. No reply from Esther this time. It must have been delayed due to the heavy snow. The postman said I won't receive any more letters until spring. I better get back to the Rot House then. Still more work to be done. Oh, really skipping now. Oh, a couple weeks. Good morning, Ned. I finally caught up on the mural, and now I can start. Now I can start the final part today. All right, and Dad's still alive, which is pretty good. He's been holding on. I promise I'll get it done. Magdalene, I'm proud of you. Thanks, Daddy. I'm sorry Dr. Stoltz said you can't come to the festivities tonight. I know how much you love the Perchtenlauf, a Germanic folk ritual celebrated around Christmas time in which townsfolk dress as Perchten and drive evil spirits from the town to protect it in the coming new year. There's always next year. Yeah. How are you feeling? Dr. Stoltz said he would come by again today. I'm fine. Alright, I'll come back home later to check on you. Yeah, Slater will be fine. I'll still be here. In fact, my spirits are lifted today. It's Christmas Eve after all. Of course. What's wrong? Dad, I found a note back in November. A note? What do you mean? It was like a note I found in your plans for the murals. Just a scrap of parchment. It looked like it came out of an old manuscript. The writing was elaborate, probably from a Bavarian scriptorium in the last century. And the ink was a rare purple. I've only seen it in a few other books. It just said stop. Do you know where they came from? Who wrote them? Magdalene. Oh, that must be Utz. He said he'd drop by with more firewood. God damn it, Utz. If you know something, I'd like you to tell me, alright? I know, I will. Can we talk about it later? Dad? I'll tell you, I promise. Alright. I'll be back. Take care of yourself out there. I don't want to worry him, but it'd be nice to know what's going on. The Revolt of 1525. Morning, Magdalene. Oh shit, he's calling me by my name. Morning, it's cold out, isn't it? Freezing. Makes me envy Nico, able to stay inside all day. Even Endris has his forge to keep him warm. I like the winter at time and going outside. It's fun. Anyway, here, I brought some firewood for you and your dad. Thank you, you're welcome. Something else? So, want to get down? How's your dad? You think he can join everyone for Christmas Mass? I think he'll stay in bed tonight. I'll do my best to be here, there. I need to keep working on the mural, though. I'm working on the final section. About the Peasants' Revolt, right? Feels weird to talk about. It affected Tassing so much, but we were just kids. I can't remember what happened since I was just a baby. I never even knew my dad. That's what makes it difficult. I need to ask those who were already adults that night, but don't want to touch raw nerves. What if you spoke to people while everyone was preparing for the Christmas festivities? Clara sometimes talks about that night. Mom, too. You might be able to ask them. Wojslav and Matilda are the only two Benedictines left living in Tassing. Maybe they'll talk to me. Huh, I didn't think of that. Still, the mural is for Tassing, not the old abbey. Agnes has always been in Tassing, right? I'd go to her if I were you. Dad said she helped bury everyone who died that night. I wonder if she'd talk about it. She hates when anyone talks about the revolt. Maybe it's your project, Magdalene. Maybe it might be worth a try. I wrote to the old archdeacon about it too. He thinks that the Baron's murders and Otto's death are connected to the revolt. The who? The man who came to Tassing for the Baron Rothvogel's murder. What about him? He was the judge for the Baron's murder. What if all the deaths in Tassing are connected? I don't see how that old Baron has anything to do with the revolt. Are you feeling all right? I think you're looking for connections that aren't there. Maybe this mural project is getting to you. I need to get to the bottom of this, Utz. There's something more to all this. I know it. I mean, I'm starting to feel like he might be a part of it, like I said, I think, in a previous episode, and we got to watch the motives, but I'm going to push him. If you're sure, I'll figure it out somehow. Thanks for the wood. That's what she said. See you later, Mags. That's just right. I just start talking to people around town. I better get started if I want to talk to everyone before the Perchtenlauf. Alright, so I'll leave this here, and next time we are going to go through the revolt again. I feel like it was just yesterday, but it was in fact 18 years ago, and for me, I don't know, some weeks ago. But I'm not sure what we're going to get, really. I feel that the meta is the more important thing in the next episode, so we're going to sort of pay attention to any sort of mentions to ghosts and whatnot. Also, I'm not sure why they're just saying stop, because they used to be able to say a lot more. So that makes me suspicious. They used sort of the same note twice, in a sense. They used parchment, which means that they still have access to old books, and the ink that they make, I guess because it's winter now, so if there's more notes popping up now, then it means that they're holding the ink somewhere. They know what to do with it, but we're really lacking in details. I can't put one and one together here, but we'll see what we can do in the next one. I'll see you there.